The lab wants everyone to work safely. The lockout-tagout process will ensure the safety of employees performing maintenance on I&L equipment. A worker needs to perform maintenance and needs a lockout-tagout to perform it safely. She does not know if a simple or complex lockout-tagout can be used. She will review the 8 criteria listed in LWP 9400 to make sure that the task to be performed will meet all 8 of the criteria. She will then obtain permission and discuss the task and simple lockout-tagout with the equipment owner or FAS. If the task does not meet all 8 criteria, then she must work under the protection of a complex lockout-tagout or equipment-specific lockout. If the task meets all 8 criteria, then the simple lockout-tagout process continues. The worker and the FAS will then determine the proper isolation device to protect her while she performs the task. When the proper isolation device has been determined, the zero-energy verification must then be developed by the FAS and the worker. They will document the required zero-energy verification requirements and complete the simple danger tag. Note: there could be more than one zero-energy verification for a simple lockout-tagout. The FAS will then authorize the simple lockout-tagout by signing the simple danger tag. Next, the worker will notify all affected employees that maintenance is required and that the equipment must be shut down and locked out. If the equipment is running, a qualified person will shut it down in accordance with the approved procedures. The authorized employee qualified, authorized employee limited qualified, or the authorized employee simple qualified will position the isolation device needed to isolate the equipment from the energy source. Next, she will install the simple danger tag, her personal lock, and personal danger tag to the isolation device. Then she visually checks that the isolation device is in the correct position for the lockout-tagout, that the lockout device is properly installed, and that it will physically prevent the operation of the isolation device. After attaching her personal lock, she will secure the key to maintain exclusive control of that piece of equipment. Note: any additional employee that needs the protection of a simple lockout-tagout will need to install his or her personal lock and personal danger tag to the isolation device. The equipment is now ready for zero-energy verification. The instructions are found on the simple danger tag. The authorized employee will check to ensure that the equipment will not start and contact the FAS or equipment owner if energy is encountered during the zero-energy verification. When the zero-energy verification is completed, the worker is safe to carry out the maintenance. Note: for electrical workers, prior to exposing or touching any electrical wires, connections, or connective parts, use a proximity tester or other best work practice to ensure it is safe to work. If she needs to leave the job prior to completing the work for other than a lunch or break, she has 3 options. 1. She can turn the job over to an oncoming shift relief by removing her personal lock, having the shift relief install his or her personal lock and personal danger tag, and use the same simple danger tag. 2. She can get permission from the FAS or equipment owner to leave her personal lock installed, or 3. She can have the FAS remove the simple lockout-tagout and install a complex lockout-tagout. When the worker has completed the maintenance, she will check the equipment and the area around the equipment to ensure that non-essential items have been removed and that the equipment is operationally intact. Then she will check that all employees have been safely positioned or removed from the area. Ensure that the controls are in a neutral, off, or other appropriate position. Next, she will remove her personal lock and tag, The simple danger tag and the lockout device is applicable from the isolation device. After returning the simple danger tag to the FAS, she will notify all affected employees that the maintenance has been completed and the equipment may be placed back into operation. The lockout-tagout process is one of the tools given to us to perform work safely at the lab, and it's also the law.